Hey, it's your girl, your favorite paralegal, aka Cassandra Lynn, and welcome to Legal Doc Talk 24/7. So today's just going to be a little bit unusual because we're not going to actually go over a legal document. However, we are going to take a look at the form that Ronnie Doe, aka Karan Khan, actually showed on his Instagram. Pretty much, he posted a photo of an application that he was in the process of completing. I unfollowed Ronnie because he's at this point he's doing too much in my liking. But I just went over there to be nosy and noticed that he filed well, not he uploaded or shared a picture of an application. So I had to go on here and figure out what that application was, and I was able to pull it up. And I wanted to share this information with you guys because I'm just a little bit confused as to what's going on here. Are you working with an attorney or you're not working with an attorney? You advised that you filed something on the 6th of November. So is this picture in reference to what you filed on November 6th and you just not posting it today, or you didn't do nothing and you lied and you went up there today to do something? Because I'm just like, I left a comment on his whatever will or thing he did on Instagram, and I'm like, you're doing all this talking and you're asking for all these interviews. What does that have to do with you actually handling business? If you say that you're going to do something, then do it. You are more about words than you are about action. So I don't know if he saw that comment and was like, hey, let me go. Anywho's, let's get into this document. All right. So here we have what is called it's called the Information for Support Enforcement Services, but it's through the Maryland Department of Services. Now, the crazy thing is you are able to do this online. Me personally, leaving my house unless I'm going to go pick up my kids, go have fun, go to my in-laws, or stuff like that. So I'm going to complete this form online. So I don't know if there was a motive of him be like, oh well, let me do it in the office because it just seems like it's more believable if we go to the office. And yes, I'm trolling. Let me turn off my phone right quick. We'll silence that. Okay. So the purpose, well, first of all, the form is the application for support enforcement services. The purpose of this is to gather information from the individual applying for child support enforcement services. So a lot of people do go the route of putting themselves on child support or in the process of putting themselves on child support in order to get a DNA test, and then that can either go two ways. Either you find out the kid is yours, or you don't find out, or you find out the kid is not yours. Those are the only two options. It is a lengthy process. I'm not going to go through the sections of the form because we actually going to go through each question. So it says, please complete the form carefully and provide as much detailed information as possible. Legibly print the answers on this form. If you are the custodial parent, complete a separate form for each non-custodial parent for whom you want support. The accuracy of the information you provide may affect how your case is handled. Disclosure of your SS number. Okay, that we already said. The child support enforcement will use these social security numbers only for the purpose of establishing and enforcing child support for you and your family. So this is as if Chrisean was completing this form. So it's what he's doing is he's completing this form. I don't even want to say on behalf of her, but he kind of is. So the first part is custodial parent information. We all know what custodial is. So he the crazy thing is, well, he put all this, but he didn't have her address on there. Hold on, let me look at this photo on here. I took a picture of it. Okay, so it appears he did put an address. What address? Nope, he didn't. Let me see. Here's the crazy thing. In the section where he's supposed to put address, he actually put it on the side of the paper and drew an arrow and said, this is the address. Yeah, this is interesting how he did this. Child, y'all, hold up. hold, hold up. Oh my gosh, hold up. I should have did this crap live. Hold up. Let me open. I have to open my phone on my computer. You know, the Windows link, cuz if I'm not you know how it says sex, right? And you either going to be male or female. Oh, come on. It don't want to. Oh, please do it. Please do it. Yeah, I have to say this photo on her. Y'all gotta see this. Cause I'm at this point, I'm crying. Hold up. Let me see. Um, hold up. I gotta figure out how to crap. Crap. Dang. Oh, hold up. I'm gonna share my screen. So y'all can see this. I'm crying. I am crying, y'all. So if y'all can kind of see, this is the name, first and last name, maiden name, aliases right there, right? The address goes here. He written the address here. This part right here is sex. Dude put W. I'm silent for a reason because I never thought in my life that I would actually see somebody not understand. And you know what? Let me take this off. Sex goes right there. He put W. I think bro put woman. He put Zeus Network. No, he said Zeus Reality. Hold on, let me go. So y'all look at that while I did the other part. I'm not clowning. I'm not clowning because at the end of the day, I do teach GED. So I am passionate about helping people when it comes to education. But bro, you can't be serious. Oh yeah. So he said employer. Well, it says employer name. He put reality TV star Zeus. You could have Googled the information. If you're gonna put Zeus as her employer, you could have Googled the information to actually put the address and stuff. So it says employer's name. You just put Zeus and then their address. He didn't put anything for relationship, the nearest relative. Um he checked this box. I think the father will request genetic testing. Uh, Obviously, he put the baby's name and he put the state where conception occurred. He actually put Maryland in this right here. He put Maryland. Um, Hopefully, I'm trying to make it to where you guys can read it with me. All right. So you have if you are the biological mother of the children, were you married to a man other than the non-custodial? So this is the page that the only part he showed was this. We didn't see all of this. So this is information that obviously Chrisean would be asking or answering. What is your relationship with the non-custodial parent? If separated, have okay, so that has nothing to do because they weren't married. If parents were not married, has paternity been established for the children? That is number 5. I am curious as to what he put down for this because you cannot lie. This is a government agency. You cannot lie on this application. So I am very curious as to what Ronnie checked on here. The next part, because there is only two ways across in the 50 states, specifically Maryland, that you are able to establish paternity. That's either the father will sign an affidavit of parentage or you get a court order to establish paternity that way. Now, for Chrisean to have actually changed the baby's name on his birth certificate, she had to go. It's or did she? Yeah, she changed it to Porter, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't know if she added Blueface to the. Oh no, I don't think she added him to the birth certificate. So we're gonna scratch that. However, it doesn't negate the fact that there's only two ways that you have to establish paternity. That's either an affidavit of parentage or it has to be established through court order. We already know that Chrisean is not going to voluntarily provide Ronnie with a test. Okay. Um, it's going to have to go through the courts. So whether he did this on 11/6 or he did this today, that the question still remains, has paternity been established already for the children? What is your answer? Now, here's the thing. 8 says, if you answered yes to 6 or 7, please list the children from whom paternity has been established or affidavit of parentage have been signed. 9, do you have a court order for child support from the non-custodial parent? If you answered yes, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, well, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, show where the paternity support was ordered. Include a copy of the order with your application. Now, I'm assuming he probably got to this question and was like, oh man, I don't have it. So he possibly checked no. But mind you, this is a federal. This is Department of Human Services. This is the government. Chrisean and Blueface has already done a test. I have done a video showing the different DNA tests. What they did was a prenatal because the baby wasn't born yet. But a prenatal test is not any different from a mother, child, and father paternity test. It was notarized. The language was still the same. I showed you guys the paternity test from my clients with their permission. So for 10, I'm interested on how he proceeded with this. Because if he's like, I don't have the order or I don't have anything showing that paternity has been established, I'm assuming he's going to say no. Does a non-custodial parent pay support? If yes, or sometimes, to whom does a non-custodial parent pay support? And it has the child support agency, the last date that it was paid, blase, blase, blase. So this is technically a form that Chrisean should be completing. Because normally that's where women will go in if they are trying to get child support from the father. This is normally how they would go about getting this. But sometimes you have fathers or men that will go in there and try to put themselves through child support, and then they have to go through the process of establishing paternity first and blase, blase, blase. Now this is the part where Ronnie would have to fill out. That's the non-custodial part. So it does ask full name, date of birth, address, driver's license number. Have you ever been to jail? You got to put that information. What else? Non-custodial parent's current or last known employer. Does a non-custodial parent have a license, certificate, registration, or permit that is necessary to practice or work in a particular business, occupation or profession? Does a non-custodial parent have other support cases? Do you have a photograph of the non-custodial parent? Please attach. The biggest thing when you're trying to go through the process of child support, you also have to ensure that that child has insurance, medical and dental. Do you know any of this information? Do you know if he has health insurance? You got to provide that information. States legal representation. An attorney working in the child support enforcement program represents the Child Support Enforcement Administration of the state of Maryland. The attorney does not represent you or your personal interests, and there is no attorney client relationship between you and the attorney, between you and the child support office or any employees thereof. This is simply saying the lawyer represents the Child Support Enforcement Administration, not the custodial parent, not the non custodial parent. Any information you provide may not be treated as confidential except by provided by law. You may be required to appear as a witness in court. Your failure to appear for court pursuant to an order or subpoena could result in your arrest. I would show y'all how a child support case looks, and I have one in Texas, but I need to get her permission. But normally, in any situation, whether you're in the 50 states, if they have to go through the court order, you will see it stated as the state of whatever state you're in, child support division versus, and then the non-custodial parent and the custodial parent. Payments and signatures. Payments are applied to current support first, then arrears. If an obligor has more than one obligation, any payment collected by earning withholdings will be allocated among family in accordance to Title 45 of the CFR 303.185. So he will be considered the person paying. So he will be the obligor. He'd be the person that is entitled to pay the child support. So never mind. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep that comment to myself. Fee disclosure. I understand I may be required to pay a non-refundable $15 application fee, even if the agency does not succeed in getting support for the children. A $15 annual user fee may be deducted from my support payment if collections exceed 3,500. Um, and they're talking about direct deposit, la di da di da di. All right. So four, what services are you requiring? And I'm pretty sure it is for to establish paternity. Yep. And then he just got to pay his little money and sign that. So I wanted to go through this form because, as I stated, this is information that you are providing a governmental entity. Um, the child support office cannot provide you with any type of attorney. If you have to get an attorney, because what happens is they can file the child support case on your behalf, but they don't represent you, they represent the agency. You have to get in. So he's still going to run into that same uh issue of needing an attorney, because are you going to know what you need to do in this process? That is my honest question. As I stated time and time again, he is entitled to file a, established paternity. Let him. Just let him. You heard the phrase, you got to let people run into a brick wall. Let him. The biggest thing is you cannot lie to a governmental agency. Where's that question? What was that? 5? You cannot. If the parents were not married, has paternity been established for the children? Either he said yes and he attached the whatchamacallit, or he said no. But either way, once they enter this application into a government system, okay? Because think about it, the DC any DNA, especially if it's that's on a whole nother level. You won't be able to get that. Th- We won't be able to get that. That is, a HIPAA violation. The only people that know is the Department of Human Services, the testing agency, and the parents. So they run this application and they do their due diligence and they find that paternity has already been established. Then what's next? So I wanted to go over that. You can't explain it to everybody. Not everybody will understand, but I did want to show you guys the application so that way you'll know the type of questions that they will even ask. So the child support office is going to ask, was paternity already established? Now, if he goes to them and say, "Hey, she was on the show with Zeus Network and they did a DNA test, but I think it was fake, blase, blase, blase," guess what they're going to tell him? He's going to have to get a lawyer. So now you go to the attorney's office, and guess what? On the form, on the intake form, same questions are asked. And if you fail to answer them correctly, the attorney still is going to do their due diligence and they're going to pull that information. So if they find that paternity has already been established and you say, "Well, I don't believe it was correct," or whatever the case he's going to come up with, then they have to fight that. But that comes with more money to contest that. Now, it is, and we all know what I'm about to say, it is the petitioner's burden of proof. They have the burden of proof to prove that that DNA test that was done on Zeus Network was incorrect. And here's the crazy part. The DNA test wasn't even done on the show. It was just a revealing of the paperwork. So y'all let me know. Actually, you're not gonna let me know because I'm turning the comments off. But I just want you guys to just kind of do some critical thinking and be like, okay, what is the goal? What is the end game? What is he going to do? Because all these places are going to ask, was paternity established for this child? And what will his answer be? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe this video. Until then, I'm out. Be blessed. Bye.